So this video is for the people who are watching Boys to Planet, but they're also a big fan of Zero Base One. Because that's me, and I'm dealing with a lot of different emotions right now. I'm excited, but I'm also really sad, and I'm filled with a lot of guilt. Because on one hand, we have Zero Base One. They have just dropped their first full album. The time when their contract is it's running out and we don't like to talk about it. On the other hand, we're more than halfway through of season 2 of Boys to Planet.
Yeah, just kidding. The final is literally today, but I filmed this video 2 weeks ago, so this version of me you're about to watch has not seen the third mission. Anyway, I still wanted to upload this video.
And I'm enjoying the show and I feel guilty for saying that. This video is basically just going to consist of me talking about my favorite things from season 1, who I voted for, and also who I'm voting for now in season 2. Right now, I'm up to the part where we just finished watching all of the second missions. Anyway, my name is Rin and welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's get started. Okay, so let's start with Zero Base One and the first season of Boys Planet. My favorites in the debut group are Matthew and Zhang Hao. During the show, out of the 9 of them, I was definitely voting the most for Matthew. I was voting for Hanbin and Hao a lot. Ji-woong I was voting for, and also Gunwook, because Gunwook is my sister's absolute favorite and I also really liked him throughout the show. But yeah, I guess I was hard picking Matthew for majority of it. The second that he appeared for his stage, he was like the sunshine. Such a breath of fresh air, adorable. The Matthew that we know today is like, has full on, like, has a different image to the one that we know from season 1. He's like, he's different, but I still love him. To me, Matthew is the most unique in Zero Base One. I think because he's not like your typical flower boy Korean, and he has a different kind of like good looking charm. He's just so special to me. Throughout the entire season, I think he just showed how versatile he was, and all of the missions he did were quite different from the other. From Kill This Love to Love Killer to Say My Name. I think the reason why I like him and also Hal is because of how themselves they are. A lot of trainees in Korea are media trained a certain way, and while Dang Hao and Matthew have also received like media training, I think it's just different. I feel like for Hao, I saw his personality more after he debuted, and that's why he became a bias of mine in Zero Base One. He's so unhinged in a different way to Matthew, and yeah, I just love the both of them so much. As for the other participants in season 1, I was a very big fan. Well, I am a very big fan of Hui from Pentagon. I really like him. He's such a great vocalist, leader, dancer, composer. So I was very upset when he did not make the final lineup. He has released some music since then, and like he had a full like, he was already such a fine guy and he just had like an extra glow up. Like he got freaking abs. He just seemed so much more confident in himself, in his dancing, and just everything. He was such a pivotal person in season 1, especially for all of the other participants who looked up to him. He was a great leader, and all of the missions he did, I loved them all. I think my favorite from Hui would have definitely been Tomboy stage. The way he orchestrated all of that, it was still to this day my favorite stage. I just think Tomboy was such a masterpiece, and I don't know if anyone can replicate it. I could go on and on about Hui, but let's move on. So another participant that I was really into was Haruto. I think I also enjoyed every single stage of his. He caught my attention straight from the start. I didn't know who he was before the show. He was just like the life of the party, but he also had a lot of talent and skill. Killed Supercharger, and he also killed Zoom. I think that's also a favorite stage of mine from Boys Planet season 1. I rewatched that so many times. He just feels so genuine and authentic and just himself. I have no idea what he's doing right now, but sometimes I do randomly see him on people's TikToks. The next trainee I want to talk about is Keita. Keita was the sole creator of the one who made Matthew's, you know, I Love You, I Want to, Sok Matthew, like such a great rapper, a great leader. The Kill This Love stage that he put together for the first mission was really great. I think they received a lot of love, and it was like a very stacked lineup. Keita was also in Zoom, and between that and Tomboy, it would have been really hard for me to pick which one was my favorite. I am happy that Tomboy got it in the end, but I would have been happy if Zoom won the Studio Toon challenge as well. I'm just so happy that he is in a group now. He seems really happy, and I hope the guys get even more popularity in even. Monkey Boy! I think similar to Haruto in a way that he was such like a the life of the party, the mood maker, and you also got to see his genuine personality. I'm glad that recently he got to debut in a Huff. Is that how you say it? I think they're popping off right now. He was, I think, on the risk of being eliminated. We saved him and he made it to the 3rd mission. I'm glad that he's active now, and you know, his name still gets mentioned so many times and he deserves it. Jay is also someone that I voted for quite a lot actually. With Jay, him being matched up against Hui for the 1st mission, it was so hard for me to decide who did better, and I think both of them did really great in their own right. I would have been happy if his team won 1st place as well, also over me. He didn't get enough spotlight during that stage, but we all heard his voice. We know how great he sounds, and yeah, big hearts for Jay. I love Jay. Park Han-bin, even though I'm so glad that he's an even right now, I remember the day after, his face and his expression after he didn't make it into Zero Base 1. I just seen him hold his composure the whole show. He's like confident and he knows himself so well. He's like a great dancer, a solid performer. Seeing his expression when he didn't make it and, you know, letting the realization sink in, it really broke my heart. I'm happy that he's an even right now and he's doing well. He's popping off. He wasn't a trainee that I voted for all the time, but I did vote for him quite often. He has a very special place in my heart.
Here we have a page of more trainees that I didn't talk about in the video, but I really like.
Now we're going to talk about the season that's currently airing, Boys to Planet. So I'm going to start off with my one pick and also my boyfriend's one pick. Both of us really like Hanyu, and I think it's because his story moved us the most, especially when he has debuted in a group before. They had to disband, but he never let go of his dream, and you can tell how desperate he was to debut. And you know, that whole thing where Jaejong was like, yeah, I don't remember you guys, but after this I will. Hanyu did so great with the Rising Sun stage. I think it's a shame that his throat gave out on him because he practiced too hard, but he pulled through and he did so great. If I'm going to be really bold and say that team for Rising Sun, I wish that they had won the benefit overall and got to perform in Studio 2. I also really enjoyed the Whiplash stage. But I'm just saying, out of all the missions, if I was in the audience, I would have picked Rising Sun. I'm just so desperate for him to make the lineup, please. I don't want this video to age horribly. The next trainee is Leo. Leo caught my attention straight from the start. I think a running theme with me and like what makes a good impression is vocals. I definitely pay attention to someone singing before I pay attention to visual or for dancing. Leo's vocal tone and the way he sings, he kind of like, it just scratches a certain part of my brain that is like so satisfying. And I searched up some of his pre-Boys Planet stuff and I saw that he was a soloist before this, and he was in Trainee A. He's also someone who definitely should make the final lineup. He's been such a great person in all his missions so far. We really have to thank Leo for being the reason why someone was center for Whiplash. And Leo killed it for Queenca. He killed it. Why the hell did Leo get the lowest points on his team? He was the killing part, he was the leader, he helped and trained everyone in that team. Like, so I don't understand, huh? Another favorite is Chen Bowen. Yes, another vocalist. His rank was quite low, but like Chen Bowen is another one of those vocalists that caught my eye from the start. The fact that he sounds so similar to the original track for Devil Game. On TikTok as well, I saw so many of his past performances from previous things. Great choreographer and a great dancer in general. He sings so well. I do see a lot of people voting for him, but it's not enough. Please. The next one is Sangwon, and you know, this is everyone's current favorite, well, majority of people's current favorite, our number one trainee who has maintained his spot for a long time. When I watched No Doubt, I could tell he was a really great dancer, but I think I didn't get super into him until the Whiplash stage. So up until then, when watching him do No Doubt and then seeing him do the Signal song, I was like, yeah, I'll definitely vote for him. He has talent and I'll vote for him alongside Leo, but he wasn't like a pick of mine, if that makes sense. Until Whiplash, damn! I could see how versatile he was. I did not know that he was gonna do that on stage. He was the perfect center in that group for Whiplash. Like, I don't think I could have seen it any other way. The Like Jenny stage, you know, Chef's Kiss, I really enjoyed that too. It's definitely one of my most favorite ones among the second mission. He kind of really knows what expressions to make. I think he's got it down to a T. Although I think I would be interested in seeing him do some other concept. Even though people say Sangwon is not really much of a vocalist, he actually has a very nice vocal tone too. When he sings his second verse part in Whiplash, there's something about it, like even just that short line, it was really, really like addicting to listen to that part. Next, we are going to talk about Sowon. And something I am kind of upset about is the fact that nowhere in this season of Boys Planet did they actually mention that Sowon was a participant from the first season. I know that he does get a lot of screen time, but it's not like the kind of screen time he should get. You know what I mean? Like, it's just been all his reactions so far, and I do appreciate and love that they're showing him, but like, where's the backstory? At the same time, I feel like he stood out more in the previous season in terms of the roles that he got in his other missions. Like in season 1 when he did I remember Love Killer, he stood out so much, and Supercharger as well, he stood out a lot. This current season, I don't know if it's just me, is he being careful or something like that? Because I feel like he has not chosen roles that really make him stand out. I know a lot of his supporters are people from season 1, which is great, but I'm not sure how many fans he picked up from this season, and that's why I'm kind of worried, because his rank is not as high as I want it to be, so he could be in a bit of danger. Let's talk about Shinlong. I really like his visual. He kind of reminds me of the sort of vibe I got from Gunwook in the first season of Boys Planet. He has this like cool guy, very like hunk, handsome guy vibes. I don't know how else to explain it. He has debuted already, and you can really see his experience as an idol. I love his deep voice, and he did so well for the first season, especially getting through the slump of having to perform a song that he really didn't want to. He got like 4 seconds to show like himself for his solo, and he killed it. I love his friendship with Yoonso. It's really, really adorable, and I'm glad that he got the center part, like the killing part for La 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 in the second mission. He really, really deserved it, and it just makes me really happy that a lot of people like him. I think even Korean fans are voting for him a lot, and I have high hopes for him. I'm really looking forward to him in the next mission. I feel like across all of my friends that I'm talking to, Shinlong is like a common one that a lot of us pick as our favorite. I have too many trainees that I want to talk about, so I'm just going to try and speed it up and maybe group some people together. We're going to talk about 3 maknaes of the show: Yoonso, Jingyi, and Hyunjun. This trio, it's really hard. I'm like rotating my votes around all of them because I really can't pick between them 3, but they are just the definition of you know, boys who have since an early age already achieved such a great level of skill. None of them have had a bad stage. Yoonso and Hyunjun really deserve the center part that they got. I'm sad that Jingyi so far hasn't got a center part, but even then, no matter what role he gets in his missions, he knows how to stand out. I'm just obsessed because they know what they're doing, they're confident, they're eager to learn, but they're also well-mannered, and I think there's just going to be really good success for all 3 of them. I'm going to pick 2 more people to talk about, and maybe I'll put the rest of my honorable mentions on the screen later. I'm going to pick Yoonmin. Now, Yoonmin is someone who I didn't vote for early on, but I kind of kept my eye on him because he did such a good job in his rap for Whiplash. So I checked out some of his older clips and found out he's actually a vocalist, and I thought that was so cool. And the fact that he picked vocal for the second mission, and oh my god, like I did not know he could do that, and I'm really sad because why didn't we discover this earlier? I wish we had seen it earlier. His vocals, oh my god, I was like swept off my feet. Yoonmin is crazy. Not enough screen time, guys, not enough screen time.
Okay, so my camera was going to die, but I had way more people I wanted to talk about / forgot to talk about, so I'm just going to put them on the screen here. There's a lot. I'm sorry. But yes, you can pause to read if you want to.
Okay, so I think that brings us to the end of the video. I will be filming myself reacting to the final episode. But yeah, I really enjoyed talking today about all of the trainees and the show, and I'm just glad that I decided to just give myself a push and talk about it. I know I come off as a crazy K-pop fangirl, but I know there's a lot of you out there too who also want to talk about it. So thanks so much for joining me today. Comment your favorites, comment anything you want below about the show, who you like, who you don't like, but be nice, okay? And also, just because there were some trainees that I didn't mention, it doesn't mean I necessarily don't like them. It's just that maybe they haven't caught my eye as much. If you watched to the end of the video, comment like the planet emoji down below. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'm still quite new to this YouTube channel. There's only a few videos here, so I feel like I'm a little bit awkward, but nevertheless, thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!